Yeah. Hello, Adam Gordon. Hello, Growth Hacking Recruiters. We should be live on Facebook. Yeah, looks like it is. This is going to be super raw, super hardcore conversation about talent pipelines. Because Adam, this week you posted this really cool thing in Growth Hacking Recruiters, like this list of all these content ideas. And I think lots of people need it. And then we had a conversation and you're like, we should get a video about this. So
yeah, absolutely. So everybody that is watching this in Growth Hacking Recruiters, you're going to know Tris. You might not know me. I've been in recruitment for 22 years, and my passion is all in the talent attraction area. It's a combination of recruitment, marketing, and sourcing. And one of the things that I've been preaching for a long, long time is that you need to position hiring managers as heroes and talent magnets out in the market to attract people. And the most important thing is, especially if you're hiring in-demand talent like tech, for example, or healthcare type of jobs, most of these people are not in the market looking. And so you want to make things easy for you by spending your valuable sourcing time talking to people that you know are likely to be ready for a conversation. Now, in order to do that, you've got to try and magnetize people by giving them content which is not just about, here's a job at our company and that type of thing. Like, you all know this. However, what you might not know is some of the techniques that you can apply more at the top of the funnel for bringing people towards your organization. And one of those that I think is really vital is the concept of turning your L&D program inside out. So making your L&D program available to people, of course, inside your organization, but also really repurposing it for people that don't work for your organization yet. And I suggested this as something which people should do. Tris, you jumped on my comment, you agreed with it. And not only did you agree with it, you said, I've done that. I was doing that at Doctolib. So I really wanted to just have a quick chat with you about exactly what you did, what the challenges were, what the impact was, and maybe see any examples if you've got anything that you can show.
Yeah, I have some examples, and I have done it, and I think that it's really like the first thing is like convincing people that content works. And I've been following you for a while, so I'm a kind of you're preaching to the right audience here, but because I kind of seen it, but the first time I really saw it working in action was when I was working at Indeed.com on the talent pipeline there, and we were sending huge email campaigns, maybe 30, 40, 50,000 people on their ATS. And the most clicked link that people like to click on was, not that, I'm going to show you that in a minute, was the Inside Indeed hashtag on Instagram. And this is what Brian Cheney is a genius at employer branding. He started this hashtag, but just this hashtag, right? Like, this is what most people clicked on, and it was the best sign of intent that they were interested in working. And when they replied, most of them had clicked on this link. So it was like the perfect, I was like, okay, like, and you can see like Indeed do a brilliant job of curating this hashtag and a brilliant job of doing it. But like, that was when I saw that really kind of like, that stuff really works. So like when I joined Doctolib, I joined, it was a super small team, and the biggest challenge was to hire full stack React JavaScript devs in Paris and in Berlin. And the team had been doing a brilliant job of sending messages. They'd been sending tons of messages. I think it was like they were averaging about 2,000 outreaches a month. So like, and that including follow-ups, but it was a lot of candidate messaging.
Yeah.
And but they just weren't converting. Like, they were making a couple of hires a month. And it was very frustrating for everybody, both the engineering directors, the managers, and the recruiters as well. So the first thing I kind of noticed is that they did have some content, but not very much. And so when I joined, like, it was back in 2019, their medium looked a bit like this. It was kind of like, it was a little bit bland, and it had stuff from 2019, and it kind of had like one post a month, and that was kind of it.
Yep.
And this was
better than nothing.
Better than nothing, but yeah, it wasn't enough.
Yes, correct.
So I was really lucky because there were some super engaged engineering managers there who got this as well and saw the importance of contributing to a community.
Yeah.
That was the key, was finding the people already on the team that were bought into this idea that they should do more stuff to get people to apply.
Yeah.
So I, really lucky to work with a brilliant engineering manager who was there, who's now, I think his full-time job is this. And what we did to begin with was we just started to teach people how to blog more, and we started to bring out more and more and more and more blogs. And like, if you look like now at their Medium blog, you can see all of a sudden, like, it starts to pick up and they're creating loads and loads of content once a month, once as much as possible. And so the idea really was that like, we're just creating the buzz and finding the people that we have something interesting to say. The next thing that
can I just make an immediate comment about this? My immediate comment about this is, none of this is about really what Doctolib does as a company. And most of it looks like it's not really recruitment kind of call to action. There's no, here's some jobs, or here's why people love working here. It's much more about, like, this is work, and this is the work that I can do here. And this is like some of the things that we think are important. But this is like just a window into the organization. And what might it like to be worked there, and what are the themes that are important to people who work there? It's not about what the company does or what it's like, or jobs or anything like that. Which is great.
Yeah, that was a complete strategy. We didn't want to put jobs anywhere close to this. Like, there's some stuff about moving to different countries, and but it's all about the actual work more than anything else. The next thing that we identified was that someone on the team had this idea that to help the other developers at Doctolib, it would be a really cool idea to make a little newsletter internally to be used, where they collected all the links that were shared on Slack between the engineers and just send them in a documentable way to each other once a week.
Yeah.
And so me and this and Pierre-André, who we did this with, I said, look, I know how to make you a newsletter. It's really easy. We'll do MailChimp, super simple. And we'll just do it internally and see what happens. And we'll just send it to the whole engineering org to begin with. And that's what we did. Like, the first 6 weeks, we only sent it internally to help the team learn and see what everyone had been sharing on the Slack channel, because it's really hard. Like, they didn't have a paid Slack channel, so it would disappear, and it's really hard to like see if it was there or not, and to remember to read it. And from there, we then realized that the engineering team liked it and it was good, and then we asked permission, because it's a medical tech startup, so it's pretty like sensitive, some of the stuff they talk about. Can we share this publicly? And we created this newsletter called Dr. Tech Life, which is a newsletter of things that the engineers help the engineers learn on a weekly basis. You can see now they're at episode 82, so it's still running. I'm super happy. We built it in a very scalable way. We got more and more people involved, with more and more people internally contributing articles to it. And it's in 3 simple sections. It's JavaScript and React, so the stack, Ruby and Rails, the stack, engineering, culture and tech tools, and then obviously our own blog posts. No job ads.
That's at the bottom, which is good, because what you're doing is you're taking people through a funnel, and even though there's no job posts at the bottom, you're talking about the company as the second thing. The technical subjects is the first thing. So that's good.
And then the kind of the step afterwards, like, how do we really turn it inside out, that L&D program? So one of the things that they wanted to do was get better at open source contributions. And we had, I've forgotten the name of it. In Halloween, I think there's this competition, like you get a t-shirt if you do so many commits on open source projects from, I can't remember the name of it now, it's just slipped out my brain. So we thought this was a really cool idea. We got the team to do it for it's called Hacktober. We got the team to do it for Hacktober so that they could get the t-shirt. And then we thought, well, this is really cool because our team got better by doing that. So how can we do it better? So we then started a little meetup, and Flavio had this idea, and every month they would meet up and just together, any levels of engineers, their friends, their, people they're working on. Many people there were also like mentors in code schools and stuff like that. And they just hung out, and basically it's really simple. They just mixed, mingled, got beers paid for by Dr. Lieb. They got core contributors to come and talk about what they were working on. So core contributor at React Native, which is like one of the frameworks, who we actually hired afterwards, like to come and talk. And then they just hacked all together until kind of 9:30, and then they showed what they did to each other. And it like 25 attendees, and it was just like, extracurricular learning. And you can see like they do this a lot. They've been doing it a lot, even through the pandemic. They have stuff up and coming, and they also have like Ask Us sessions, open source sessions, talking about like these kind of things. It was all this idea of having content that engineers like, and having an excuse to talk to engineers on a regular basis, and helping them learn, because actually like it's quite difficult to get that job as a full stack product developer at Dr. Lieb. It's a pretty high engineering bar. So we bring the people up around us, they will get better. Everyone who's rejected out the ATS, for example, gets a link to this. Everyone who's rejected at different stages or who is in interview gets links to this kind of stuff. Like, this is going to help you get better. This is going to help you improve. This is going to help you understand our environment. And yeah, it worked crazy. Like when I left, they were hiring like 20 plus engineers a month.
So, this is all, it's interesting the way when we think about employer branding, we often think about all of the like elements of a career site and what job adverts read like and all that type of thing. And that's all what I call point of sale material. What you've done there is all employer branding, but it's employer branding that's way up the funnel, and it's going to appeal to a lot more people who are not in the market today interested in job opportunities. So you're creating it's part of the funnel creation what you've done there. And so big commendation. And I think that a lot of organizations, not just like scale up companies like Dr. Lieb, but big companies don't do this enough as well. So I think everybody needs to learn from this. So bravo, and well done for getting such great participation from different people. There was something you said about different people contributing, and I thought that's it. You have to get people in different parts of the organization to do it. If it's just done within the recruitment area, it's going to look like a recruitment exercise. When you involve other people and they don't talk about recruitment related things, then that's going to appeal to others. And to make it sustainable, you need a panel of contributors from inside your business.
I learned this thing of how to do that. Like, there is a very structured methodology there. When I don't know when it was, like 6 years ago in London, like the thing that I learned was that if you focus on, you can rank people on how interested they are in doing it, and green lights, yellow lights, red lights.
Yeah.
Focus on your effort of making the green lights look awesome. Then the other people will follow along. And it works all the way down the funnel. So I'm going to end it with this, but we just spent a week talking about closing candidates for my current client. And this is our closing Miro board with all of the different things you have to do, each step along the way, what the interactions look like. And what's more is it actually has a content stream of every single bit of content that they should receive as they go through the of the process. So it's top of funnel, but it's also like all the way through in terms of controlling closing down through to the bottom of the funnel. And you can see like this is what we're looking at in terms of our details that we need, but this is the content we're going to give them to implicitly get them to accept the offer.
That is unbelievable. I absolutely love that. That is like sweet chocolate for people working in recruitment, what you've done there. I really love that. I've always loved the way that you systemize things and that you've got process. And so, bravo on that. I want to take a deeper dive into that. Let's do that next week, because what you just showed there, if we can do it, I want to do 10 minutes on that as well, because that needs its own discussion.
I'll have a chat with them, Aula, but I'm pretty sure they'd be happy that we share it. So yeah.
Tris, it's been really great to catch up with you again, and I've really loved finding out more about what you were doing at Doctolib, and most of that's in the public domain as well. A lot of what you just showed there, you can see, you know, the meetups and all that kind of thing. So yeah, really great. Well done.
No worries. Thank you. Nice to see you, and I'll send you the recording now.